All right, we're back with another week of Life on the Outside. Today is March 8th, 2008. This is the Harry Thomas Show Week in Review. The website is located at harrythomas.info. I'm your host, Harry Thomas. I've got all kinds of stuff this week to expose and document the push for world government, the push for total control and total corruption that is overtaken our society. Now, Lou Dobbs this week, he spoke out about the New World Order. It says, New World Order can be defeated. Popular CNN host attacks the Bush administration for shameless destruction of sovereignty. CNN host Lou Dobbs says that the New World Order can be defeated, but only if Americans awaken, and soon. And he attacked the Bush administration's shameless destruction of U.S. sovereignty on a national syndicated radio show this week. Dobbs said that if the people did not wake up to the unfolding North American Union agenda as well as the Trans-Texas Corridor under the banner of the Security and Prosperity Partnership, then America could kiss its future goodbye. This is part of what he said.
That if people do not awaken to the absolute threat to this nation's sovereignty posed by the Texas Trans Corridor, the NAFTA superhighway, the North American Union, under the guise of the so-called Security and Prosperity Partnership among Canada, the United States, and Mexico, then this country can kiss its future goodbye, because it is precisely what's underway.
I think the New World Order is going to be defeated in the end.
And I do believe that if the American people awaken, we can do anything we choose, including assure that this great nation bestows its blessings on succeeding generations of Americans. But we have to awaken, and we have to do it soon.
Now, and he's absolutely right. And for people out there that are denying that this North American Union is happening, that this push for world government, you are off base. You are totally wrong, and you're falling prey to the forces out there that are pulling on your strings through mainstream media. Okay? This is a plan. This is a deliberate plan. They're dumbing down the masses so that you will not stand up against this, so they can just have their way with you. Okay? You want to lash out at the messengers because of the message, but take a look at the message. All right, the message is we are trying to save humanity. They're dehumanizing people, and it's just a rotten shame. And this article did come out of the George Washington blog. We are powerless, or are we? The problem isn't that we're powerless. The problem is that we have allowed those with agendas in government and in the media and organized religion to convince us that we're powerless. They've confused us, belittled us, distracted us, and made us feel like we barely have the power to get out of bed in the morning, let alone challenge those with the biggest arms, megaphones, and pulpits. The truth is that every one of us has tremendous untapped strength, intelligence, and resources hardwired into us. And the truth is that when we come together to talk about what is really happening and what we want and how to obtain it, we create a very powerful dynamic, and we set powerful forces in motion. The truth is that together we are unstoppable. And I'm talking about right now is the time. We need to start getting together and with other people in our neighborhoods and taking some action, getting some organization together, okay? And what we are going to do to defeat this enemy. And it's an enemy of our very own country. We are at war, believe it or not. And the war isn't happening over there. It's happening right here. It's a war against our freedoms. It's a war against our sovereignty. It's a war against our nations, okay? And they want this North American Union here. This come out Friday, March 7, 2008. New documents reveal North American Union PR campaign. Journalist acquires memos detailing secretive group's efforts to counter critics. And that journalist is Dr. Jerome Corsi. And he wrote a book, The Late Great USA. And that is available for download in the document section at harrythomas.info, along with every other thing that I ever talk about on this show. It's all documented. It's there for you to go, start your investigation, and head on down the rabbit hole. Because that's what's needed. That is definitely what's needed. New documents have been uncovered that reveal how heads of state of U.S., Mexico, and Canada are beseeching business leaders they privately meet with to launch public relations campaigns in order to counter critics of the secretive Security and Prosperity Partnership of North America. Yeah, they're afraid. They're afraid of people like me that are informing you about what's going on behind your back, behind everybody's back, but in front of their face, because there is a website, spp.org, and on there they tell you that, oh, this is not happening. It's like true Orwellian doublespeak. The documents detail how corporate representatives have been urged to humanize North American integration, promote NAFTA success stories to employees and unions, and evolve the harmonization agenda without fueling protectionism. They don't want people to be alarmed that their nation is under attack. You see what I'm saying? And they keep saying, oh, this isn't happening, that's a fairy tale, that's a conspiracy theory, but the documents themselves keep coming out and proving that their agenda is real and pulling the curtain back on the wizard to reveal what he's actually all about. These free trade agreements and all this stuff that has progressed to where we are today is the same way they built up the European Union. And this model that they're using over here is no different than what they did over there in Europe and in other places to build these unions. If you want to keep our country and the principles that this country was built upon to ensure that we have freedom from tyrants, we need to start paying serious attention about what's happening and what is being constructed around us. Now, out of global research this week, Andrew Marshall wrote Martial Law Incorporated. And we've been talking about this company a lot recently, about them building the concentration camps all across America, thousands of them, that will house millions of Americans. Okay? Can you see where this war on terror is going now? If you actually believe in the CIA created Al-Qaeda, then that's our fake enemy. All right? That's our ghost enemy that we're chasing all over. We chased in Afghanistan, we're chasing in Iraq, we're heading into other countries now. The propaganda machine is demonizing Iran and other countries. If you can see now where this fake enemy is now lying, where they're talking about domestic spying, they're talking about domestic terrorism. Can you see now all these laws get put in place saying it's for Al-Qaeda, radical Islam fundamentalists, but it's turning around now and showing its true colors that the real terrorist that they're after is us, the law-abiding American citizens that are trying to expose their madness. Now, Kellogg Brown and Root was a subsidiary of Halliburton Corporation until 2002, when bad publicity and indictments against them forced Halliburton to sell its shares. Now, Kellogg Brown and Root made a lot of money off the Gulf of Tonkin incident in 1964 and all these contracts in Vietnam. They also had all kinds of stuff going on in contracts in the Rwanda genocide happening over there. Now, the first invasion of Rwanda by the RPF in 1990 had the military backing of the first Bush administration, and then Defense Secretary Dick Cheney commissioned Brown and Root to produce a classified report examining the benefits of greatly expanding logistics privatization. Now, you see how they could be traced back to the current administration through Cheney. Now, in '93, newly elected President Bill Clinton continued this policy, supporting them. And I just want to say to YouTube listeners, if you want to listen to the rest of the segment, you're going to have to tune into the podcast, and there's a link to that at the harrythomas.info.